Right?
Okay.
We're live, by the way.
On
I checked
YouTube?
it out and I was like,
Correct.
all right, you guys got, seems like you got it, okay. Yeah, so our kitchen's great, so old house.
Yes.
Started
Okay.
to pit, finally leaving.
Madam President is
I
not ready.
did two
Was
tubes
not
of
informed to be with.
steel epoxy and then hydraulics and that. Just doesn't leak now. Plumber's coming out. Doesn't leak now though. Oh, he's gonna look at it like, this is not right.
Matt, you look like you're dressed for the Jersey.
Oh, I thought the same thing.
I just- I just- He doesn't know what it's
You need a bit jewelry.
Is that a compliment? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah. The Jersey
What I was
Jeweler.
saying, this, I was telling them, this outfit is what I wore in 2005 when I interviewed and got my first teaching job.
Oh, it's good luck then.
How old were you then?
23 or 24.
Okay, not many people.
And the pants
say
were-
that.
Snug.
Yeah.
I got them on.
You gotta get
I did the whole thing lay on the bed.
Yeah, it's having some technical
Button
issues, so I had to go a
pops.
little.
It's okay, I got it
Right,
out.
we don't care.
And that one I've had is already my.
That's impressive.
Hi.
Did he tell you it's on live?
Now, that's in the summer. I do summer waiting.
Remember him? He started my junior year, senior year.
His teacher was on.
Yeah, business. Yeah.
All right, if you would please stand for pledge allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
There are not.
All right, moving on, previous minutes.
You just want to approve those all as consent agenda.
Oh, that's right.
But I do have, so in the consent agenda, we do have your previous board minutes from June, monthly claims, and the personnel report. Personnel report, though, I do want to point out that we have Matt Taylor here and Janelle Valenti, who we're recommending as the Ossian principal for Matt and then assistant principal for Janelle. And they may want to, provided they get approved, they may want to make some comments afterwards.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Consent.
Yep.
Have a motion second for consent. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor, right hand. Who wants to go first? I don't want to waste the fact you put on a tie, so. I don't want to waste away the fact you put on a tie.
That's what I did there, you didn't talk, and I go, I didn't get dressed up. You should see his socks though. Probably my favorite thing about elementary is you get to wear the cool socks. First off, I'd just like to thank the board, administration, the community. Thank you for placing the trust in me, that you've placed in me with this job. It's very humbling. I'm excited to partner with staff, families, community, really to keep Ossian on this positive trajectory that we've been on for quite a few years now. I believe schools are a place where curiosity is sparked, character is built, and futures are shaped. And so I plan to bring all of my energy, dedication, and passion to foster these characteristics in more. Please remember our doors are open, our expectations are high, and our commitment to excellence will not waver. Thank you very much.
I would just say ditto to what Matt said. He came prepared with his nice little speech. I too appreciate your confidence in both of us. I could not ask for a better partner to be stepping up and stepping into this administrative capacity. I'm really excited. Norwell is home to me. It always has been. I was an Ossian mayor just a few years ago, graduated from Norwell, so I'm just excited to continue to serve our school community in this new role. So, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank
I think we're
you.
gonna get a photo of you up here with the board. We'll send that to the banner. I don't know why they're not here, but.
Oh, she's right there.
Oh, there you are. I didn't see you. Yeah, you're
You can sit up
You
here.
can sit up here if you want. We got a spot for you. But yeah, Matt, have you in front, you know.
There we go.
You want me to take a knee?
You were over your page.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say, Matt, you know, you and I had a conversation at the middle school while we were in the gym about what your future goals were, and I'm glad to see that they happened here.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to superintendent's report.
Yeah, so we have a Q2 financial report today. Also want to go over the GEO bond projects, including the playground updates, and then go over our timeline for the 2027 budget process. So just looking at, you had a chance to look at this over the weekend, we sent it out to you. But, I mean, obviously we know that we've talked about this in numerous meetings. You know, we've got some adjustments to make sure that we're keeping that fund balance where it needs to be. You know, revenue's not going up, but expenditures are kind of where they're at, and we gotta address that. So, so you can see where we're at in Q2, where that was compared to beginning balance and ending balance, and where we were in the gray a year ago at Q2. So there are things we're gonna continue to do. Some of the things we put in place, you won't start seeing that fruition in terms of helping out in expenditures until we start the new school year, and in some cases, until we start the new calendar year. But, so those are the numbers. I can go back to them. I can go through both of these and then go back to them if you have questions. But again, trying to track, one of the goals that the board had was maintaining a fund balance as a percentage of our expenditures, 10% for education fund and 15% for operation fund. And so as we're looking at projecting a conclusion of what we had in 2025, it doesn't become official until DUAB gives us those numbers, but that's what we're looking at for the conclusion of 2025. 2026, this is kind of what we are on pace as we finish this calendar year, what we believe that percentage fund balance is going to be. So, you know, we will, in 2025, of course, the goal was set in the fall of 25, and so we're not going to hit that in operations for 2025, but I think we will for 2026 in the calendar year. Any questions on those two slides? Okay. Then we do want to talk about our general obligation bond that we did a year ago in the fall. And just showing this again, this is what we had listed as our priorities. Things that are coming off the list, we're just not going to have money to do those, not because we overspent, but just the 1.65 million wasn't enough to do all those things. But what we are doing, we feel really good about. So I want to share that information with you. So we have earned about $27,000 in interest from the start of taking out that, or getting the proceeds from that bond. And you see cost of issuance. Playground, we're gonna get to those photos in a second. And I'm just gonna pause for a second and say, we've done a lot of facility renovations over the last few years, and we should be proud of them, like middle school, Ossian, those are all really good renovations. This is one we probably ought to be the most proud of. I mean, this is pretty neat when we get to the pictures here, that kids that weren't able to access a playground are gonna be able to do that now, and not just access it, but have a good time on it. And so, pretty excited about that, and to do that for a price tag of $571 is really good. And then we're adding the pre-K playground for Lancaster, plus getting rid of that mulch that had stacked up for about 50 years, I think. And then you saw what we've done before, like we've mentioned this before, the buses that we need to replace, and the extra maintenance truck that we needed, and snow blade and all that. iPads, we talked about using the bond to replace that for the elementary. And then this last one was one that we hadn't talked about, I don't think, at a previous meeting. But when we did our TransFinder software, where it was the routing software for all the buses, we didn't put the tablets on the minibuses at that time, just saving money. But as we went through a year of the minibuses not having those tablets, we realized they really need them too, especially if you have subs on those routes to be able to go through and use your tablet for that. So we added it to the minibuses, and there's a cost of that for $16,000. So we do have remaining funds of $258,000 from that bond issuance. So we'll have a discussion on, we've got another year to spend that, so we can have some discussion on what's the best way to do that. One of my initial thoughts is just, some of these things that we know we have to do annually in our capital projects type things, that we just use it for that, to keep our operation fund solid. But there may be some things like
I was
flooring
gonna
in
say,
here.
should we be looking at
Right.
maybe some of the highest need?
We will be. I mean, the thing you get into with this, it's not just putting any flooring down. I mean, you're gonna do the moisture mitigation and the water vapor and all that. So it'll be a price, I mean, it may take up all of that, to be honest. But, but I think we have time to have some deeper conversations of what we wanna do with those remaining funds. Any questions on those before I move on? Do you want to show these photos? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, based on, I'm assuming that the costs came in relatively close to where our estimates were, correct? Or were we off on?
Sure, you're talking like the playground and all that. No, most
Yeah.
of these came in, were completed for under what we estimated.
I think we estimated nearly $1 million for the playground. didn't
And
we?
that bus, like that 72 passenger bus is probably what they quoted-ish.
Yeah, that one, I think our original one we looked at, prices have gone up.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a little more than what we originally thought it was gonna be.
But nothing was out of whack compared to where.
No, excited about what the playground ended up being. I mean, that, with the kind of grant support we got, that came in really solid. Yeah, and here are the photos. So I don't know if you've had a chance to go by there yet, but, so the rubber surface, they're doing a lot, as they're yesterday, they're just doing a lot of prep work for the drainage and all that. So, and they've got to put, I think there's a layer of stone they put down first, I think. But then that'll go down. So that's gonna happen within the next couple weeks. I keep I'm done giving timelines when I think it's exactly gonna happen, because I'm always wrong. But it's definitely gonna be done before the start of school. So just super excited about that. The mulch that kids were carrying in and throwing in each other's eyes and all kinds of stuff. Just excited to have that done. It's gonna be a great playground. And then here, it's not as flashy maybe what we're doing at Lancaster, but this is a big deal here. These three pictures on the left side, to have a preschool playground right outside the door of the preschool is really nice for them. We would have liked to have done rubber surface, and maybe at some point we can do that down the road for them. But even this space, and maybe it's hard for you to see, but up in the corner where we added the concrete, there was just a little V there that had grass in there. Just being able to set little benches there or whatever, it's gonna be a nice space. And then, again, not as big of pictures, but we had a slide that was broken at Lancaster that we were able to use a slide from Ossian with equipment we weren't using anymore, fit that right in there. And so, and that's, Lancaster's got space there that we could add more at some point if we wanted to, and make some adjustments to that playground.
And just to clarify, Lancaster's pre-K playground was done mostly or partially with the grant that we received from the
From the
community
foundation,
foundation.
yes. All right, any questions? All right, just going over the budget timeline. So September 8th, we'll have our budget workshop and should have our new assessed value by then. We'll review previous budgets, tax rate comparisons from previous years. We'll go over what our preliminary budget estimates are. We're starting to kind of dial that in a little bit, starting to look at that. And then we'll advertise our Form 3 to the DLGF and have our public hearing, notice of our public hearing. Public hearing will be on September 22nd, and then hopefully adopting our budget on October 13th, and then giving that a little bit of time, making sure we have it submitted to the DLGF to Gateway by the 27th. Any questions about the budget timeline? All right, well, that's it.
All right, any other questions? All right, moving on to discussion items, the 2027-2028 calendar.
Yeah, so this is really just reciprocal dates, and I know before we've done like options, and that gets relatively confusing. So I think what we're just gonna do with this is just, and I'll send it out to the staff tomorrow. But just, you know, here's reciprocal dates. What do you think? Are there anything that you'd like to see changed or considered, and go from there? So I don't know, as a board, is there anything that you want to see considered or done differently?
Me personally, we're still, the student day is, first student day is in the second week of August, but it still feels real early to me.
Yeah,
And I think the only way I don't know, but the first student day post New Year's is also January 4th. So I guess there's no real good way to, I know we're trying to get it close to as even as possible, but I know we're gonna be upset when we send kids back August 11th, so I don't know if there's any.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, before we'd send them back, I think August 4th, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm with you. Yeah, just the issue comes down to, like, we would have to make decisions about fall break, you know, 3 days of Thanksgiving. You know, those are the things that,
The only other, school after Memorial Day, but because of when our graduation is, like, if we pushed out, Christmas break 2 days and then sent them back January 5th or 6th instead and bought a day or two, but yeah, it's
Right.
after Memorial Day.
No, that's right.
There's no real good answer, it's just
Right.
frustrating to see.
no, I'm with you, and that would be it. Like, if we trade a couple days and then we go the 30th and the 31st. I don't know for sure. I'd ask the staff, and I would kind of guess the staff would not want that,
Yeah,
right?
I get it, it's just,
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I think of some schools that are starting in July. Like, that's one thing that
yeah.
July.
I will never be.
That was the first thing I checked, if we were starting in July, I was gonna call it
Next
right
time.
away. 'cause I'm not-
Right, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm with you a little bit, like, I think I would rather see a couple days taken off of this Christmas break at like the 20th and 21st and go,
Yeah.
I don't know, I know it's not the most convenient to start school on Friday, but first day of school is kind of a waste day anyways, it seems like.
Mhm.
And then you started fresh on Monday, right? But-
Yeah, no, we can.
Or just start on Monday for that matter, but
No, I can, and so in my Teams post that I did.
not Ossian though. They go hard day one.
They're locked in. But, you know, I can, so in my Teams post that I do tonight or tomorrow to the staff, I can put in there just thoughts from the board about, you know, if we didn't start on the 11th, you know, where can we get extra days? What do you think about Christmas? What do you think about, you know, fall break, whatever, and just see what people say, right?
I think what would be nicer if we could find a better balance between the first semester and the second semester instead of there being 84 on one and 96 on the other.
And really, the only way to do that is to go in July, because
Yeah,
Christmas is Christmas, right? We're not changing that holiday, right? And so when your break is built off of that, it just makes it tough. Now, you can carry over
right.
the semester to the after Christmas, but yeah, that's not generally great.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Any other discussion from the board? Are there any members of the public that wish to speak in regards to this agenda item? Great. Action items, donations.
Okay. Yeah, so we do have a $25,000 donation from Wincell Foundation, and that was for the inclusion playground, and so that,
Yeah.
that's already
it
been
was a
added in.
grant,
Yeah.
It was already added, formerly it was AWS,
Yeah.
and now they just changed the name, so we officially have gotten the check.
Yeah,
So that's what
so
this
that's,
is.
so then that's already been deducted though when we're looking at our total, right, Linda? Yeah.
Great.
All right, so ask for your approval of that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public? All right, hearing none. All those in favor, right hand. Appointment to the Wells County Library Board.
Yeah, so this is an appointment that we share with Southern Wells Community Schools. And so the person that had been doing that is just stepping off. And so just asked us to find somebody, and Barb Campschmidt is interested in doing that. Lives here in Ossian, and so we're happy to appoint her, to recommend her to be appointed by the board, but it does require a board appointment.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Any member of the public have any questions? Hearing none. All in favor, right hand. Those opposed. MOUs for
Yes.
Bowen Health, Family Centered Services, Meridian Health Park Center, Goodwill, Bridging the Blind Gap, and Orientation and Mobility Services.
And so we've like done these over several, like whatever, and so we just said, let's get organized, let's get them all at the beginning, do them in July. So I appreciate both Kelly and Mindy getting that done for us and working with our partners to do that. They're here in case you have any questions on specific ones. We do these every year, but if you have any questions, they're here to answer those.
None of these are new. They're all
The only,
re-
our Goodwill, we're working with Easter Sills is for the pre-eds program, and they were having a difficult time finding someone for Norwell because we were incorporated with the co-op. And so Goodwill actually stepped up and said, we'll take Norwell. So I worked with Goodwill at my former district and had really good results with them, so I'm excited to work with them. So that is a new organization, so pre-eds is the same.
But similar to what we've been doing, just a different, just they're
Correct, yeah,
providing it.
this is a different, yeah. So,
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Any members of the public? All those in favor to approve, I assume the motion is to approve all.
All of
Okay.
the community service MOUs.
All right. All those in favor, right hand. Those opposed? All right. MOU with Wells County.
All right, so this is for the specialized deputy position, and so there, if you remember the last time the sheriff's department was here to present about this, we're still working out some logistics with the MOU, so that is finished, and we can ask them to come up if we want to answer questions, but I mean, I feel good about the MOU, I feel good about the partnership, and excited that we have this in place, so.
I have a question, but I'll start with a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I will second.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Thanks for popping up. The only question I had is, which one was it? It was related to all tools to be provided. So number 6, all tools and equipment shall remain the property of the sheriff's department, but that they would be provided by the sheriff's department. I assume that tools does not mean a vehicle, or does it intend to mean a vehicle?
I can't speak for Sheriff Holiday. After January, I'll take that office and I can make a decision about that then. But for now, the sheriff said no vehicle right now.
Okay. I wondered if that should be in the MOU excluding a vehicle.
We can go back and put it in there. I would anticipate after January, there being a change to that. And we'll have to change this as well. This is only good while the current sheriff is in the office. So next year, January, we can be back.
But like tools and equipment, that wouldn't necessarily refer to a vehicle. Like a vehicle would be stated as a vehicle, wouldn't it, or with tools and?
Yeah, we had some of that wording in there. Like I said, the current sheriff
Yeah.
just wasn't willing to go that far to start with. So,
Right.
Yeah, I just,
What do
I,
you think, Nick?
I wouldn't consider
A vehicle.
as part of tools and equipment.
okay.
But
I mean, most law enforcement can't do their
Then it
job or
would be like
don't
a
do their
separate
job without vehicles, so that's why when it says all tools,
Yeah, anything that we provide right now is gonna be our equipment. He's gonna have use of it, and then if something were to happen, that would come back to us, whether it be a handgun or a flashlight, it could be anything, so.
okay. So pretty much tools means that the items around duty belt essentially,
Probably for now.
and not, yeah, because not uniform, not vehicle.
I think we talked about a uniform, I think we're gonna work
Right,
together and maybe
right.
come with something for that.
Okay.
And we'll
I don't know how
likely
it's gonna
provide
look
it,
yet.
yeah, sorry.
We're willing to do that, we just haven't had a chance to discuss maybe the emblem or
Yeah.
something on it, so. And there's still a little bit of work to be done as far as, you know, the uniform, if there's any additional training that we can put him through at our cost, we'll keep looking for things to do. Right now, he's at SRO school, so he's getting that done right now.
Any other questions? I just appreciate the sheriff's department willing to partner with us in this capacity that provides additional security, not only for the district as a whole, but then allows for the for the SROs to be able to expand their abilities to get into additional school buildings.
Absolutely, we're happy to help. Like I said, just a reminder, in January, I'll come back and we'll talk again, change a couple things in this and get new signatures, so.
Perfect.
Okay. I do have the original with me, if you guys are willing to get this signed tonight, we can do that, I can bring it back a different time, whatever's
It's
convenient.
just you.
Yeah, I think it's myself
We've been
and
to the county
Mike.
council, the commissioners, everybody else has signed off, Shane signed off, sheriff, pretty much left to you guys.
Yes. You
I
guys-
should have an answer for you in about 30 seconds. Any members of the public? All right, hearing none, there's a motion for approval. All those in favor, right hand. All those opposed? Now I can sign it.
Okay.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. I mean, this was a vision for us for a while, right, to do this. And I'm really excited about it. So,
Third page.
Thank you.
I think we have one for you and him.
And you'll get us a copy.
Yeah, I'll get it back to probably tomorrow sometime, you guys be around tomorrow, we can stop out.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so you know, that was 401.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys need me for anything
No,
else?
we don't. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for being
you.
here, appreciate it.
You're more than welcome to stay, though. All right, Magic School renewal.
Yeah, so if you remember, Magic School, Byron and I think Matt had presented on this. And it was just as part of our AI policy that the board did, like making sure that we have a system, software, something to help teachers in the classroom implement AI in the classroom efficiently and appropriately. So you do have in your board packet the usage of our staff. You know, we looked at it and we thought, we don't really use it that much. There was, you know, our kind of our tech teachers and things like that in the high school were using it more. Magic School actually said that you had that many teachers signed on, and at least accessing it is actually really good for that first year. So, but there is a plan for us to talk with teachers more this next year and kind of implement it, just again in an appropriate way. Like it has to be something that actually helps them be more efficient and help learning be more efficient. So I would recommend we go with this renewal another year. If we look at it and we don't see that it's producing any, you know, productive results, then I would maybe consider not doing it the next year. But I don't think we've given it enough time to really see the impact it can have.
Yeah, because I think we implemented it well into the second half of the year,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
That's what I thought.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. I'll start with a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Are there any questions? All right, any members of the public? Hearing none, all those in favor for approval, right hand. Those opposed, 5-0. And resolution for 2026 transfers between debt service and operations.
Yeah. So, and I had communicated this to you guys in an email, kind of the timing of how this went. A little bit frustrating, but it's also not that big of a deal. But this is a one-time based on the homestead credits and those kind of things that schools were given the opportunity for one time, and this is the only time it expires, January 1, 2027, that we could transfer, and they gave us the amount we could transfer, that we could transfer from our debt service to operations. Again, it's all property tax, and as long as you're able to make your debt payments, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't cost the taxpayer anything. But the board, I don't know if you guys remember, but every January you approve that Deb and I, not only Linda and I, can transfer, money between funds and that sort of thing. And so we wouldn't have needed approval for this. And so the DLGF and everyone just said, you just need to get approval from your DLGF rep and just let us know that you're gonna do this, or not approval from your rep, but to let your rep know that you're gonna do it. So we did that, and then in late June, we get something from the DOE saying the board has to approve it. Well, so then a bunch of schools have to go back now and do this retroactive. So we've already transferred the funds, we're just asking you to retroactively approve it.
I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Any questions? All right. Any questions of the public? Hearing none. Those in favor of approval, hand. All right, 5-0. All right, time for limited public comment. Are there any members of the public that wish to address the board related to items regarding the school district? Hearing none. Upcoming calendar events. August 4th, on-site student information day. The 12th is the student first day. It's hard to believe it's now less than a month away. August 14th, ISBA Region 3 coffee chats and over in Huntington, and then August 26th, ISBA and IAPS collective bargaining webinar.
And I do have one other one. I put it, I don't know if you see it, if you look it up on your agenda online, but we didn't get it before we printed agendas. Just trying to remind you that October 5th and 6th through 6th is the ISBA IAPSS Fall Conference. And we get a discount, early bird discount, if we register by July 27th. So if you can just let Jenny know who wants to go. We can also send you the registration so you can see, I think it's the Westin and Marriott if you want to spend the night. So anyway, just let us know that so we can get people registered.
And then August 5th, we have a,
Oh, thank you. That should have been on there. So August 5th, we have our work session with the administrative teams looking at student goals.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that here?
It's going to be at middle school at that conference room. I think we'll have enough room in there, right? Or no, did we say media center?
It
Media
says
center.
media center.
Yeah, my
on the
fault,
calendar.
media center.
All right,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
we are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You guys, you want to go to the conference room, that's what it says, but you could stay here.
Yeah, if we can.